Drive into summer with the Honda CR-V and Accord, your fun-to-drive, weekend getaway vehicles. From Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So hurry in to the Honda Summer Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 CR-V or 2024 Accord.
See dealer for financing details based on 2024 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kbb.com for more information.
The mighty and resilient Merrimack River, carving through the communities of our great region. My name is Linda Lorden, proud president of Merrimack County Savings Bank. And like the river that serves as our namesake, we're a constant yet ever-changing presence. Because to us, it's bigger than banking. It's about powering communities and putting people first. It's about knowing where you came from and where you're going. That's Merrimack style. Visit us at themerrimack.com.
Welcome to a special season of 5-minute biographies on the first 10 British Prime Ministers, while we wait for season 17 of the regular show to commence. Today we bring you episode 7, George Grenville. George Grenville, born on the 14th of October 1712 in Wotton Underwood, Buckinghamshire, was a prominent British statesman and Prime Minister, known for his significant yet contentious contributions to British politics during the mid-18th century. As the second son of Richard Grenville and Hester Temple, Grenville belonged to a well-established political family, which provided him with the foundational support necessary for a career in public service. Grenville was educated at Eton College and subsequently attended Christ Church, Oxford. Although he didn't graduate from Oxford, his education at these prestigious institutions equipped him with a thorough grounding in classical studies and the intellectual acumen that would serve him well in his political career. In 1736, he was called to the bar at the Inner Temple, marking the beginning of his professional journey in law and politics. Grenville's political career began in earnest in 1741, when he entered the House of Commons as the Member of Parliament for Buckingham, a seat he held for the rest of his life. He quickly established himself as a diligent and competent parliamentarian, earning a reputation for his expertise in financial and administrative matters. His early political alignments saw him supporting Sir Robert Walpole and later aligning with Henry Pelham and the Duke of Newcastle. In May 1749, Grenville married Elizabeth Wyndham, further cementing his political connections, primarily through Elizabeth's brother, Charles, the 2nd Earl of Egremont. The union produced 9 children, with one of their 4 sons, William Wyndham Grenville, becoming Prime Minister in 1806. Grenville's rise within the government was marked by a series of key appointments. In 1754, he was appointed Treasurer of the Navy, which allowed him to demonstrate his administrative capabilities and proficiency in managing the country's naval finances. His tenure in this role earned him considerable respect and laid the groundwork for his future ascendancy to higher office. The pivotal moment in Grenville's career came in 1763, when he was appointed First Lord of the Treasury and Chancellor of the Exchequer, effectively making him the Prime Minister. His tenure as Prime Minister was notable for his attempts to address Britain's burgeoning national debt and to consolidate the empire's finances following the costly 7 Years' War. One of his most significant and controversial initiatives was the introduction of the Stamp Act in 1765, which aimed to raise revenue from the American colonies through a tax on printed materials. The Stamp Act was met with fierce resistance and widespread protests in the American colonies, where it was perceived as an unjust imposition without representation. The colonial opposition to the Act began a series of events that would eventually lead to the American Revolution. Grenville's insistence on the legitimacy of parliamentary taxation of the colonies, despite their lack of representation, contributed to the growing rift between Britain and its American subjects. In addition to the Stamp Act, Grenville's administration was characterized by his efforts to enforce the Navigation Acts and other trade regulations designed to tighten control over colonial commerce. These measures, intended to increase revenue and assert British authority, further exacerbated tensions with the colonies and highlighted the challenges of managing an expanding empire. Grenville's tenure as Prime Minister was also marked by domestic challenges. His strict and often inflexible approach to governance led to conflicts with key political figures and factions. His relationship with King George III became particularly strained, contributing to his eventual dismissal in 1765. However, Grenville's departure from office did not mark the end of his political influence. He continued to be an active and vocal member of Parliament, advocating for fiscal responsibility and governmental reforms. George Grenville's later years were spent continuing his involvement in politics and public service. He remained an influential figure within the Whig Party and advocated for his principles and policies until his health began to decline. Grenville died on the 13th of November 1770 at his residence in Bolton Street, London, marking the end of a notable career in British politics. He was buried at Wotton Underwood in Buckinghamshire, close to his family estate. Thanks for listening to 5-Minute Biographies. Please check out our other biographies at 5minutebiographies.com and on YouTube at 5minutebiographies.com/YouTube.